Hey, it's your high school drama teacher here. Story time. Shortly after graduating college with my BFA in acting and directing, I was doing the rounds interviewing for MFA programs at grad schools. I landed an interview at University of Cincinnati College Conservatory of Music, and I thought I had a really good chance of getting into the program. One of their new faculty members had been one of my acting instructors for undergrad at Kent State, so I felt pretty good about this interview. My then girlfriend, who's now my wife, and I traveled down to Cincy for the weekend while I interviewed. Now, I don't remember who all was in the interview room, besides my former acting instructor and another professor who looked for all the world like David Crosby. You know, from Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Sometimes Young. He had the long hair, the bushy mustache, and he was dressed in jeans, a white shirt, and a denim vest. Now, the interview was going along pretty well when Professor Crosby asks me, "Do you ever steal any ideas from other directors?" Now, I'd gone through all kinds of business of theater classes and theater production classes and had been duly informed about copyright issues. In fact, one of my former professors had cost Kent State hundreds of thousands of dollars in a copyright infringement suit for staging a production of The Who's Tommy way back in 1980, long before it had ever been thought of, approved, and developed for Broadway. Pete Townshend was not happy with KSU. It's slightly ironic that KSU alum Alice Ripley was actually part of the original Broadway company of Tommy a decade later. But I digress. So I answered, "Oh no, I strive to be as original as I possibly can with everything I direct." Crosby crossed his arms, leaned back in his chair, let out a sigh, and said, "That's a pity. I always steal my very best ideas from other directors." It was at that very moment that I knew for a fact that I would not be studying for my MFA in directing that next fall. To this day, I've never reinvented the wheel, and I've stolen all my best directing and design ideas from others. True story.